Okay, so for this assignment, you're going to be making 4 different backgrounds that we're going to hopefully use for the yearbook. And you're going to be using gradients and some geometric thin line shapes, which is kind of a popular design trend for right now. So what you'll have when you're done is a file that has some different layers. So you'll have 4 layers that'll have different gradients. Gradient means just blending from one color to the next. So you'll see I have 4 different gradients using light colors. And then I have 4 different geometric shapes. So let me turn on one where you can see it better. So I have one that has these zigzaggy shapes. I have one that has just some waves. And then I have this polygonal looking triangle one. And then I have one with these circles. So I'm going to show you how to make each one and how to do all of the backgrounds that you need for each one. So let's go ahead and start that. Let's go to File, New, and I'll make this again so you can see how. We're going to go up here and we'll name it Your Name. You can call it Backgrounds. And the size needs to be in inches, so go over here where you have your units of measurement and press inches, and then the width needs to be 8.75 by 11.25. It needs to be that because that is the size of the yearbook page plus a little extra size on the side. And you can just make it one artboard for now and leave all that default. So just type your name, inches, 8.75 width, 11.25 height, and then say create. All right, so here is our artboard. You're going to use layers in this assignment, so make sure that you have layers open. So you want to have layers. The other window that you need open for this assignment is gradient and color. So color, gradient, and layers, and of course properties. We always use properties. So those are the things that you need to make sure that you have open. Alright, so on this first layer, we're going to create one of our backgrounds. So I'm going to go ahead and right-click this and name it Background 1. Press Enter. And what this is going to be a rectangle. So we're going to click on the rectangle tool and then just click anywhere on your artboard. And we want this rectangle to be the size of our document. So we're going to go 8.75 for the width, and the height was 11.25. And say OK. Alright, so you'll notice it put it wherever I clicked, but I want you to go over here to Properties and where it says Transform. See this box right here? You can click on different corners or in the middle. I want you to click on the top left corner. Okay, so make sure that that top left corner, that's called a reference point. And what it's going to do, it's going to put the square wherever I tell it to, this rectangle. So I'm going to right click in here and I'm going to put 0. Oops, I'm going to put 0 and 0. And what that did is it made the top left corner of my rectangle line up at the 0x and 0y axis. Alright, so now it's in the spot that I want. So the next thing I want to do is I want to fill it with a gradient. So I'm going to go over here and I'm going to set stroke. Color, whoops, click on the outline there to open that up and make it say none, which is this red line here. So I don't want it to have an outline or a stroke, but I do want it to have a fill, so I'm going to click in the fill box and you'll notice it has all these swatches, and over here are some gradients. I would recommend starting with this orange and yellow one, so I'm going to click on that. So you'll see it gave me this orange to yellow gradient, and over here on my gradient tab I'm gonna do some editing to it. Alright, I don't want all these colors in here, so when you want to delete a color out of a gradient, you just pull it down. So click on that color and pull down, click here, pull down, click here, pull down. I really only need to have 2 colors. Okay, now you'll notice if you move this slider, it changes the gradient to be like, it tells you where like the location of the blend occurs. You can go ahead and just pretty much leave it in the middle. Alright, I want to change these colors, so I'm going to click right here and then go up to my color picker and I'm going to choose a different color. I'm going to make mine go to a lighter orange. I like the yellow and orange, but I want my colors to be lighter. I want all you guys to do light colors, nothing dark for this. And then I'm going to click on this yellow and I'm going to make it a lighter yellow. I'm going to go back on this one and maybe make it a little more orangey. And take out some of the yellow. Alright, so I have a nice subtle pastel colored blend here. Alright, so that's my first background I'm going to make. So in this video I'm just going to do the backgrounds and I'll show you how to do all the designs on the other. So I have a first background and I want to make another one. So let's go Layer, New Layer, and we'll call this one Background 2 and say OK. And I'm just going to copy this rectangle that I already have created. So I'm going to go Copy. And if I want it to go in exactly the same place, I can go to Edit, Paste in Place. And then it'll put it right on top of where the other one was. If you don't do that and you just do a regular paste, that's fine. Just go up here to Transform and make sure that your reference point is this and put 0 and 0 in there. Alright, so the thing is about that paste though, it actually put it in my other background, in my other layer. I don't want it in there, so I'm going to delete that copy that it made, and now I'm going to lock this. And then go on background 2, and then let's try that again. Go Edit, Paste in Place. Alright, now you'll see I have one copy on background 1 and one in background 2, and now I'm going to change the colors of this gradient. So I'm going to click here, just choose some different colors. I'll get kind of a seafoam green color, and I want to change the orange. Maybe I'll make it more of a blue color. Alright, so that looks pretty good. I'm going to lock that layer now so that I don't accidentally paste in top of it again, and then add another layer. So you can click this, create new layer, or you can go over here, new layer. Background 3, and then I'm going to go Edit, Paste in Place, and then I'm going to change these again. So I'll click on this and maybe I'll make a little bit more of a pink color. Please don't make these too dark. We want to keep them really lighter colors. That's kind of in right now, the lighter colors. And pick colors that blend well together. I think that needs to be a little more purpley. Something like that looks pretty good. Alright, now on this one I want to show you one other thing you can do with the gradients besides having them all blend from left to right. If you click this tool over here, the gradient tool, click on that and it gives you this line. You can click anywhere on here and drag. So I'm going to make my blend go vertical. So if you click here and drag a line, you can see how you can make it go vertically or go from an angle instead of going the other way. So that's just another thing you can add to some of your blends. So here we have these two side-to-side blends, and then I have one that's kind of a diagonal blend. I'm going to lock that. And then I need to make one more. So I'm going to click New Layer. I'm going to go Edit, Paste in Place, and put that other one right on top of it. And again, I'm going to change the color. This time I'm going to pick kind of a lime green and maybe go over here and pick a yellowy color. Alright, and I want to make this one diagonal also, so I'm going to click the gradient tool, go up in the top corner, and now I have this diagonal blend. Alright, so that is it for this video. In the other videos I'm going to show you how to make your patterns, but for now go ahead and just make your 4 background layers with different gradients and watch the next video to figure out how to make your patterns.